And this is the big update as far as Maharashtra politics is concerned. Now, Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena has claimed that bow and arrow pole symbol belong to them, and the Election Commission has asked Team Uddhav Thackeray to respond by Saturday. Remember, this is the fight for the quote-unquote real Shiv Sena that is going on between Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and former Chief Minister and Bal Thackeray's son Uddhav Thackeray. And Eknath Shinde faction has claimed the bow and arrow symbol, election symbol, whereas Election Commission has now asked Team Uddhav Thackeray to respond by Saturday. And we'll try and get the latest from our correspondents on this. But remember, this has a lot of political history. This has a lot of back and forth that has been going on. And ever since that rebellion that was engineered by Eknath Shinde, who took rebels with him first to Gujarat, then to Assam, then claimed the government and formed his own government. And Uddhav Thackeray had to resign, following which a legal battle started between the two factions, Uddhav faction and the Shinde faction, claiming who is the real Shiv Sena. That battle is already going on, and the latest that we have got is that the Election Commission has sought Uddhav Thackeray faction's response by Saturday, because the Shinde faction has claimed that the election symbol of bow and arrow belongs to them, and it is a very, very important development as far as Maharashtra politics is concerned. Remember, during the Dussehra rally, it was also a prestige battle for the two factions. That also eventually happened after a long-drawn legal battle in the Dussehra rally. Both factions tried to appropriate the legacy of Bal Thackeray. Uddhav Thackeray said that Eknath Shinde and the rebels, he called them traitors, and he said that they tried to steal his father, whereas Eknath Shinde said that you sold your father. So explosive war of words took place back then. I'm joined by NCP's Clyde Crasto on the broadcast. Clyde, thank you so much for making time and speaking to Mirror Now. By Sunday, Uddhav faction has to respond because Eknath Shinde has claimed the bow and arrow symbol to the Election Commission. Your take on this?
Well, the Eknath Shinde faction can claim, the bow and arrow symbol. I mean, that's their prerogative to say what they want to say or do what they want to say. But the fact of the matter is the ball lies in the court of the Election Commission. The Election Commission has to decide with a free and fair judgment that who this symbol belongs to. And the Shiv Sena, the original Shiv Sena, wasn't formed yesterday. The Eknath Shinde group, they claim to be Shiv Sena, that was formed a couple of months ago. And also at the same time, one must remember that if the Election Commission decides otherwise, it's like setting a wrong precedent. Tomorrow, anybody can wake up and start doing things, keeping everything in limbo, and make sure there's trouble everywhere. So I think the Election Commission needs to take a free and fair judgment. They need to look at it from a different aspect altogether. And I think truth should prevail. The most important thing is the truth should prevail, because we all know, everybody know, you, me, I'm sure everybody who knows about politics knows who the original Shiv Sena is, who the bow and arrow symbol belongs to. So Election Commission should actually set a precedent. I repeat, Election Commission should set a precedent that they look at everything from a fair point of view, from the right point of view, and not just going by who's there in government or who has the power, so-called power.
Right. Mr. Clyde, how do you see these? Because, within a few months, we've seen the power dynamics change completely in the state of Maharashtra, from the rebellion to the formation of government, and now the Shinde faction claiming that the symbol is theirs, the party is theirs. How often do you see, that the party founder's son being removed from the party, or, somebody else claiming that the party is there, the symbol is there, and the legacy is theirs?
See, vindictive politics has come up into a political arena lately. These vindictive politics can go on. Everything can happen in terms of politics. But Election Commission is not part of a political party, or nor is it answerable or liable to any political party. So again, I repeat, it is the Election Commission that has to take a judgment, and they have to take a fair judgment. Now, a point also you mentioned was that, power dynamics, sudden change of power and everything. fair enough. Let's put this aside. All these MLAs left the Shiv Sena and they formed a group and everything. My question is, if the Shinde group, if the Eknath Shinde group is so powerful, and the BJP claims that they are so powerful, there is a by-election in Mumbai in the Andheri East constituency after the incumbent MLA passed.
Right.
If the Eknath Shinde faction was so powerful, BJP should have given them a chance to contest the election there against Shiv Sena. This was an opportunity for the Eknath Shinde group to prove their mettle.
Absolutely.
And the BJP has gone there and fielded their own candidate. So there are two things that I personally sum up on this. Either the BJP is, not confident that this Eknath Shinde faction is the real Shiv Sena and is more powerful than the Shiv Sena. And one last point.
Yes.
Or the BJP thinks that if Eknath Shinde wins, Uddhav Thackeray gave the clarion call of a Shinde Rajya. So maybe BJP does not want that to happen. So, anything is possible with the BJP here.
Fair point. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Clyde, for making time and speaking to Mirror. Now, I'm also joined by Shiv Sena's Manisha Kayande on the broadcast. Manisha Kayande, thank you so much for making time and speaking to Mirror now. On expected lines, the Shinde faction has claimed the bow and arrow symbol, and the Election Commission has given time to your camp till Saturday. What is going to be your strategy? What is your first reaction on this development?
Well, we will submit documents, whatever needed by tomorrow. And since we have got time up to tomorrow, we will definitely make use of it. And we are confident that we will win the symbol. And this is definitely a setback because the Shinde faction, because the Andheri elections are coming. And it is a pity that the Shinde group has to fight. The BJP did not show the audacity of, because they are also... they probably even they are thinking whether this group will get any symbol or no, because this is a fraction. They are not even a party. They don't have any constitution. Every party has some constitution. Every party has some ideology. So where is their constitution? Where is their ideology? Who is their head? Have they any proper meetings? What is their origin? So I mean there are several questions which can be raised, but of course. We are confident that we will win back the bow and arrow.
Right. Manisha Kayande, while you're acknowledging it as a setback, if I may ask you, how personal does it feel? Because, it's a symbol. It's a party that was founded, nurtured by Mr. Bal Thackeray. Now his son is struggling to claim, to snatch his own party back because the Shinde camp, like you said, it's a setback. Now the Shinde camp has claimed that symbol and by Saturday you have to respond. But does it feel like a personal loss already, or do you think that eventually things will look better for your faction?
Well, ours is the real Shiv Sena, and we have the Shiv Sena constitution with us, which clearly states that the entire rights of running the party and appointments and everything is made by Honorable Uddhav Thackeray. Even if a Shakha Pramukh has to be named, it is done by Honorable Uddhav Thackeray. And another thing is that Shiv Sena has seen many ups and downs. This is not the first time, and Uddhav ji will tide all these problems. And definitely he will emerge as the final winner. And more and above that finally the People's Court is the highest. The Andheri elections are due. That will be the first test. And secondly, the 2024, even there are corporation and several elections. Finally, the people will vote. It is the people's mandate. Even if the court decides anything, even if we, God forbid, if we lose the symbol also. But still, we will go, whatever symbol we get, we will go to people. And the people knows who is going to work, who works for Mumbai, who works for Maharashtra. As the people lay confidence in Narendra Modi for the center. But for Mumbai and Maharashtra, people are confident and comfortable only with Shiv Sena.
Manisha Kayande for speaking to Mirror now, and all the best, because by Saturday both factions, it'll be clear for both factions as to who will get the symbol as far as the Shiv Sena is concerned. Thank you for making time and speaking to Mirror now. I'm joined by Abhishek on the broadcast. Abhishek, big update there, but on expected lines, Mr. Eknath Shinde and his faction have claimed the bow and arrow symbol, and by Saturday the Uddhav faction has to respond. For the benefit of our viewers, could you share with us the details? What kind of arguments or what kind kind of arguments were made by the Shinde faction in order to claim the symbol, and what has the Uddhav faction said so far while defending the symbol for themselves?
See, definitely we will have to understand. I'll give a small recap. In the last Supreme Court hearing by the 5-judge Constitutional Bench on 27th of September, it was clear on that hearing, and there was a clear-cut order by the 5-judge Constitutional Bench that Election Commission of India is a constitutional body, and we cannot hold them for taking ahead the decision or taking ahead, from doing them their work specifically. So after that, it was very much clear, because constantly Uddhav faction in Supreme Court before the 5-judge Constitutional Bench was telling that until the disqualification of 16 MLAs is decided, you should hold Election Commission of India to decide on who the real Shiv Sena is and who will get the bow and arrow symbol. Now, after that 27th September hearing, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde was quick enough to move a fresh petition for urgent hearing, which he moved on 4th of October, staking claim over the bow and arrow symbol of the Shiv Sena party. And he also gave an immediate reason to it. And he said that why he wanted urgent hearing is because the by-polls are due on November 3rd, and the nomination for that will start from 14th of October. And he don't want the rival faction to misuse the bow and arrow symbol. So he wants the decision to be taken at the earliest, and he had made that application. And in that application, it is very much clear. There is a big column where it clearly states that we have 2/3 majority support of MLAs and MP, around 40 MLAs, 12 members of parliament, and around 11 important state representatives with him, and more than 160,000 primary membership, and many other data supporting his claim along with affidavits have been submitted before the Election Commission of India. And after that submission, in fact, we were waiting that definitely Election Commission of India will give a notice on this fresh application moved by the Shinde faction, and which he did today in the evening, and clearly giving the time till tomorrow to the Uddhav faction to respond on the claims that has been made in the application for the urgent hearing. Remember, right from the rebellion and after the rebellion, 2/3 of the public representative which shifted from Uddhav camp to Shinde camp, and also many of the party office bearer from the grassroots level, also from the senior party level, are shifting their guns. So these are the important things which are being presented before the Election Commission of India by the Shinde camp. In fact, earlier also Uddhav camp have submitted their affidavit in this regard, but now they will have to respond to the fresh application that has been moved by the Shinde camp on 4th of October, demanding the urgent hearing on deciding on the symbol of bow and arrow, and simultaneously deciding who the real Shiv Sena is. So definitely it's a big move, and we will have to wait and watch what corresponding details, affidavit and proof does Uddhav camp gives and submit before the Election Commission of India tomorrow. And most probably next day is the Sunday. What we expect is on Monday the hearing will take place and the big decision will definitely take place. So we will have to wait and watch. Tomorrow is a big day for Uddhav faction to submit its side before Election Commission of India. Back to you.
Right. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for getting us those updates. All eyes are on Saturday when the Uddhav faction will submit its position on the symbol, because the Shinde faction has claimed the bow and arrow symbol of the Shiv Sena, and all this is being done because in November there will be by-polls in Andheri East seat, and before that it is very important that either of the faction has an election symbol. So this is basically being done in order to see who eventually goes to elections with the Shiv Sena, the original Shiv Sena symbol. Moving on, after the Enforcement Directorate